mech on this map, which we've seen more and more often, or if he's going to play more standard bio play, and exactly how in shape Action is right now. Yeah. Players are in the lobby.
Action comes down to basically every game that KT plays. I always see him around and in the back as well, and on the bench.
Yeah.
So he knows, you know, a lot about how it goes down here, of course. We're going to have to see if that translates into his play, though.
Yeah, he's played like almost 150 games in total in his whole career in booths, you know, on televised matches. So definitely has experience, just not as much in Heart of the Swarm. The map is loaded now. It's Yeonsu for this TurN versus Zerg. Let's find out if KT Rolster could take the 3-0.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top right, the Samsung TurN in the pink. This is TurN.
To the bottom left, in red for KT Rolster, it's Action. The choice to send Action out makes sense to me, right? KT Rolster's highly favored in this match. They have, you know, a really, really good record. They've already got a lot of points. It's only their second match in round 2. And if Action is doing well in the team house, it makes sense to send him out here because he needs to get more experience. You know, hey, you know, prove yourself again, get the fans to know who you are. Just it makes a lot of sense to me. For Samsung, I look at TurN and I'm like, why not? Why isn't Roro the one in the booth instead of him?
When I saw the roster for this, I'm like, what? Really? I understand, you know, playing new players. You know what you said before. You gotta get them hype. You gotta get them fans. You gotta give them experience in the booth. You got to do all this stuff, and it's better to do that in the beginning of the round rather than later on when you might be in dire straits and you need wins. But, I mean, it's up against KT, the former first place of round 1, and they are looking so strong recently, and they send in TurN. I mean, he's got to be doing really, really well so far.
We have a 13 pool. That's like not even a build. Coming out here for Action. He's like, I'm doing a 13 pool because it's unlucky for my opponent. Starts 3 more drones, and I guess he's going to go 13. He may go 13-15 here as his hatch timing. And he's going to have Zerlings out like slightly faster. And normally every single Zerg player goes for hatchery first in this matchup because there's no downside. And it's very difficult to get damage done. This is a 2-player map, so he knows his opponent's spawning location, and it is a CC first, so maybe he's studied or heard that TurN likes to go for CC first, and he's just going to try to get some scout information, get some harassment done with that pool. But
well, the way you put it might have been a little harsh where it's like not even a build. But
well, that was just sarcasm, but like...
Yeah, it's definitely not what we usually see here at Pro League, and I like that a new player coming in here. Gonna try to mix it up a little bit, play a little bit differently. See what he can do with these earlier Zerglings.
He only makes 4. And what he does get with this 2 is a really fast Queen, which is going to make shutting down Reapers like so easy. And he's going to have a faster Larva inject, so he's going to catch up for the lost time there that he has with the extra pool and droning. It's not like a bad build. It's just maybe not the most efficient one. That's why we don't see it very often. And maybe he can get some kills here. I mean, 4 Zerglings this early before the Marine's out because it's a CC first? What is he doing? Why is he hiding them?
I don't have an answer for you,
now
Wolf.
he's
Here
going
he goes
on here.
in, and this SUV is going to be pulled. Another one comes off. This Marine was delayed a little bit, but he's going to be coming out just now. He has to pull some of these SUVs. And I mean, just this little earlier pool is forcing a bunch of missed mining time here. All of these SUVs chasing after those Zerglings. I think he's kind of overreacting here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to need a few SUVs off the line. I think 4, maybe 3 even with the Marine there would have done it as long as he micros well. Consider that maybe the reason why he didn't send the Zerglings in right away was he was hoping that he could catch the Marine, because if he goes in too early, then the Marine's like protected by the barracks and the SUVs come off and protect it. But if he came in there, surprised him, maybe could have killed the Marine. That's just like a theory that I have. As it is, this didn't really get any concrete damage done, right? He didn't actually kill anything, but he did delay a lot of mine time, so I feel like it was worth it. It was about an even trade for both players.
Yeah, interesting start to this game. Hello, random fan in the audience. She got embarrassed towards the end. She was trying to hold it for so long.
Well, she was very natural at first.
Yeah. Our Pro League cameramen are very insistent. Insistent?
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
Is that the word?
Insistent on what, though? Like
On, just keeping the camera on the on the person for a very long time until they have some kind of reaction. Especially like somewhat famous people more famous people that we've had down there. They keep the camera on them for like 15 seconds.
Sometimes, actually, almost every time, the Korean commentators have someone like that on camera. They will talk to them directly because they can interact with them on an audience caster level. Something that we can only do with the people who have the headsets here. So sometimes when you see someone look normal and they get really embarrassed, it's because the caster said they were cute, or said that they like their clothes, or like it's nice you're with your boyfriend or whatever. So sometimes that's why they have that delayed shy reaction for those who didn't know. And sometimes they're just shy in general, as we've seen before. So we have what looks like it may be a Hellbat drop. This is pretty weird, man. This whole game has been strange.
This is like a game I would have expected to see yesterday.
Yeah.
We had like some crazy builds yesterday as well. Just crazy games in general.
So Hellbat Marauder, this is like really old, like beta-esque build. We saw it at the beginning of release as well. In the very first GSTL, we saw a lot of these types of builds. The very first Heart of the Storm GSTL, I mean to say. This can be really scary to deal with, but he has a Roach Warren, and he's making additional queens. I don't know how many he has in total, but having extra queens can be very helpful against this type of build.
This is going to be interesting here. It seems like Action is kind of caught onto this a little bit. There's going to be a Hellion drop towards the main base of the Zerg. Or rather, yeah, the Zerg, and TurN's going to come in with the rest of his units towards that third base. These Hellions going to run away from the Queens right now, go straight for the drones.
Yeah, this is a bit of a late pull here on the drones, and now he's lost several of them. But not a critical amount of damage just yet. Third base is not yet under attack, but will likely be soon. Mike Marino's Hellions so hard, it looks like he just misclicked slightly with his army, so it could have been attacking the whole time, but was not. And now finally he sees and sends it over.
Yeah, he's done 13 drones in damage so far, and there's not much here to defend this third base at the same time. Action's going to have to get a bunch more units here. He has a decent amount of roaches.
He wants to get that hatchery. He's got a lot of help here to buffer for those Zerglings with the Hellbats, and the Marauders of the back are to help deal with those roaches. But with all these queens here, this is exactly what I was talking about. The queens do a lot of damage themselves, and with transfuses, it looks like he's going to be able to hold this off. More roaches coming down, and he's going to clean this up.
Yeah, he's going to clean it up. He's going to push it back. Of course, a lot of units were forced to be made. A lot of mining time was lost. He also did get a lot of drones at this attack.
Yeah, I mean, Brendan, look at the worker count. 40. He's got 48 to 31. I keep checking to make sure that's actually real, like that's actually not flipped. It's 48 to 31. As a Zerg player, you see that number and you're pretty much ready to type out. I mean, he had to make the units, like you said, after he lost the drones, he couldn't re-drone or he would have died.
Yeah, and something's got to be going through an Axon's head right now. What is he going to do exactly? I mean, he has all these roaches now on the field, 14. He's making even more. Looks like he wants to go a bit aggressive here.
Not a terrible choice, but no choice seems like a good choice right now when you're this far behind. Does lose a queen here, and I think he's going to be able to kill this base this time since the units are away, but there's no defense set up at home for the roach attack.
He might just sack this third, try to do more damage at the natural. Well, he actually has somewhat of a force here to try to defend this at the same time. He's
transfusing, but it's not enough. He only gets one off. The counterattack is everything here. How much damage can he get done? The bunker will fall before the SCVs can repair. There's only one Marauder inside anyways. He's even loading units up at home, or to go home, but the damage is being done already before he's back.
Yeah, there's a lot of roaches back here at the base of TurN right now, and he's going to try to focus down some of these add-ons, but these boosted in medevacs with a bunch of units here are trying to come back and defend, but it doesn't seem like there's too many units. The SCVs are trying to help as well.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of workers here, and the roach count is so high right now, Brendan. He's spent all of his resources, all of his last resources on army here, but the cost efficiency of the Terran may end him here. Even the queens are walking across the map. What are we seeing? The roaches are going to break through here. He's got double the army supply. Can he hold off? He has stim now. He's stimming the rest of these Marines over.
He's getting a lot of barracks units out here, and he's trying to hold this off as best as he can. This is basically all Action has now. He's going to try to rally over a bunch more of these Zerglings as well to help out. And with these 4 Queens that have a lot of energy, I think he could possibly do it.
Yeah, he's trying to even rescue his SVs with the medevac right now, but it's not happening. The SV's fighting a little bit more. Transfusers going down. That Bioforce is just too cost efficient. He's on the top of the ramp. The Zerg army pushing through. He's got a move command through there, so he's taking so many extra shots, and I don't think this is going to work.
No, it doesn't look like he's going to do much here. He's going to be able to push it back. TurN is. He has a ton of Marines in that force as well as those Marauders doing so much damage to those armored units.
Third CC is done, Brendan, and even though he's down on Harvesters, he's only down by 6. And he has triple mules, he has medevacs, siege tanks, a Bioforce that will crush a Roach army whenever he fights it. Things are not looking good for Action right now. He's remaking a third base. He's just started that. He's adding his Queens because he walked his Queens across the map, which means he doesn't have any larvae.
And he's making more Roaches. He has 30 drones right now, and he's making more Roaches.
Yeah, it's a lost cause. This drop is going to be able to probably just kill the hatchery. Even if he sees it, I don't know what his answer is going to be. He's got his Roaches on the wrong side of the map to defend this.
Yeah, looks like he's going to try to go aggressive again. There's a tank on the high ground here. It's going to do so much damage. Another tank pops out as well as a ton more units. He's trying to push up here and do a lot of damage, but this drop in the back is so many units.
Yep, Queen's trying to help out here. Even the Spore Crawlers were in position. It's just way too much bio, you know? GG, and Samsung Galaxy Con, with this win, will keep themselves in it a little bit longer. We may see that 3-1 you were predicting earlier. It's entirely possible now.
Yeah.
That was a weird game, man. That game was weird.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, let's be frank here. These two players are pretty much rookies, and the lack of experience